one, what are the things that make cloud unique? Though the core applications are the same across deployment options, whether you're on server or DC, they function basically the same in terms of what their purpose is. You know, Confluence is still a knowledge sharing application, whether you're on cloud or on a premises. But what are those things that make cloud unique? And I have very high level information here about why cloud applications are unique, specifically about Atlassian. And these are things that come with because they're on the cloud, some benefits and some things that aren't that you need to consider because they're on cloud. You know, things like being able to start up very fast, you sign up and start working in minutes, which is not the same as on-prem. You know, you've got reduced costs, you've got you know, no upgrades. Some of these things are the things that just come out of the box with cloud, and they make those cloud applications unique. I may talk about some of these things a little bit further in the following slides. So first off, as I said, similar in most respects to the server and DC versions. They function exactly the same. You know, you've got boards on JIRA for working in an agile manner. You've got spaces in Confluence. But those things that really stand out, you know, for cloud applications, the hosting, the security, and the maintenance for those applications is all done for you. You don't have to worry about servers and where you're going to install those applications and whether they can be accessed outside. All of those things are already done out of the box for you. It's always up to date. So your applications, you don't have to worry about, you know, security patches and all of those things. These applications are always kept up to date. And so every time you log on, you know, you've got the latest version, you've got the latest features, all of those things. Now, having said that, you do have less control over the infrastructure and the applications themselves. Slightly less control in terms of, you know, you can't see the logs behind the scenes. You can't determine exactly where they're installed, those types of things. And out of the box with cloud, you're able to manage your user accounts centrally. So when you're having a look at something like server or DC, each application right from the beginning manages its users itself in its application. Whereas out of the box for cloud, you're able to see all your users for all your applications in the one place. And backups are generated daily and retained for 30 days. So if anything happens, if you need to retain or recover any data, you can do that in the cloud. Confluence and JIRA Cloud mobile apps come straight out of the box. So there are mobile apps for server implementations, but one of the great things about the Atlassian Cloud mobile apps is there's nothing that you have to think about. They just work straight away. You don't have to worry about whether the servers can connect to the cloud app, whether people can connect outside of the network, those types of things. That comes straight out of the box. Atlassian Cloud has nearly 1,000 marketplace apps. It's a little bit less than the on-prem solutions, but there are an amazing selection of marketplace apps available for all the Atlassian Cloud products. And you can still connect to your applications for, through the APIs that are available, the REST APIs that are available. Oh, let me go back. And when we're thinking about hosting and security, again, security, reliability, compliance, privacy, it's all managed by Atlassian. Your cloud data is hosted in 6 different regions, as shown there. So if there's probably a region near where your users are accessing your data, so that it can optimize the response times for those things. These applications are designed for high performance and availability. So you don't have to worry about scaling up your users or scaling down. The applications themselves can figure that out for you. And there are a whole range of independent third-party audits that Atlassian have obtained for their applications. If you go, I'll be talking about the Trust Center later on, but they do have a website that you can go to see some of those if you're interested in the details of this. That's at a very high level, but what are the specific features for cloud that make it stand out from the server and DC applications? One of the big things is next-gen projects. So next-gen projects, I would consider, are the step between Trello boards, and a full-blown JIRA Classic project, as you would know and love on a JIRA application on an on-prem instance. So next-gen projects, they allow you to create your workflows. It comes with a to-do in progress and done board, but it allows you to customize those. It allows you to customize your field layout, your issue types, all of these things out of the box for a project admin. Your small teams can manage themselves. They're easy to configure for access and permissions. It's user friendly. There's a whole bunch of extra features for them that makes it really easy for smaller teams. If Trello isn't necessarily keeping up with their needs, but JIRA Classic seems to be too much of a hindrance at the moment, I think the next gen projects work really well there. So again, teams can create and configure their own projects. And changes are isolated and specific to that next gen project. So shared config is coming soon, but at the moment, any changes, any fields that I create for my next gen project for my team is isolated to that one project. Another really cool out of the box feature is roadmaps. So roadmaps is something that comes in a next gen project. You do have to turn the feature on, but that's really quite simple just in the project settings. And that allows you to plan out your work. It's very easy, user friendly. So here we can see there's a bit of a demo running where I've got an epic with a few tasks inside there, and I'm maneuvering around, managing where the start and end dates would be. I can see very simply here how much of that epic has been completed. I can very easily configure and add tasks to my epic straight from my roadmap view. I can even export it if I need to, if I need to do some reporting, put it on a nice Confluence page to let the stakeholders know what is happening with their project. But here you can see it's a very easy, simple thing where you can, and powerful feature for you to view how your project is going. Another really exciting feature that comes with JIRA Cloud out of the box is JIRA Automation. Now, automation, as a CI/CD aficionado, I do love that practice. Automation gets me really excited. The ability to automate your repetitive tasks and integrate your features with other tools out of the box and with no code. It's fairly an amazing tool. But let's say, for instance, I want to create Slack messages and message my team if a particular issue of a certain priority is logged, in a project itself. So very easily I can say, okay, I'm going to create an automation rule. I'm going to create a trigger so that when an issue is created in a particular project, and then I'll add a condition to that. If that ticket has a priority of priority 1 or a major or critical, then do an action. And it's just drag and drop. I'll click into those, and maybe I want to send a message to a Slack channel, that type of thing. And here we can see, it's very easy. Just clicking on these items walks you through it. Without any code, I've created some automation so I can very easily notify my team when a high priority ticket has come through. And that's out of the box. So one of the big things that is for cloud is Atlassian Access. You may have heard of it, but this is a subscription service for enhanced security and centralized administration for your users across your cloud applications in your organization. Here at the high level, these are some of the features that Atlassian Access provides. I don't want to go into too much detail about all of it, but one of the big things is SAML single sign-on, the ability for users to authenticate through your company's identity provider, so something like Azure AD or Okta if you use it. It allows for them to self-sign up if you set that correctly, and you can also set security policies from your identity provider. So this makes it really simple for your users to log into cloud, seamless integration where if they've already logged in on their machine on their laptop, it's just very easy to log into your JIRA Cloud or your Confluence Cloud. It also allows you to enforce two-factor authentication if you haven't set that up for, on your identity provider, with a little bit of extra security to keep that peace of mind for you. And then again, that automate word here, automate your user lifecycle management. This is great where you can add your users. If a new person joins the organization, you can provision them in the one system, and then that flows through to all your applications. And that way, if a new person joins, they immediately get access to all the systems. We know that when new people join organizations, there is a bit of a lag time sometimes where they've joined, they're sitting down on their desk, and they're still waiting for IT to give them a user account for this system and this system. The best way to handle that is to do that user provisioning in one central space. So what products does Atlassian Access work with? All of them, really. You don't have to worry. You've got all of these sections here, so you can do that. And what identity providers does it out of the box support? As you can see here, a lot of the major ones are supported out of the box, very simple integrations already set. And again, there is support for a custom SAML IP. So if you have your own custom identity provider solution, you can integrate that with Atlassian Access. And lastly, those are the features, there's some of the new features that have come out just recently, but what's coming soon? And as we can see here, there's some really exciting things coming soon. So advanced roadmaps is coming for a JIRA Cloud, view planned work, track your progress, those types of things. IP whitelisting, so you can set trusted networks for your particular organization. Sandboxing, this is a really interesting one that we'll see that's important for organizations is, you want to test a particular plugin, you want to test how some changes work inside your organization. The ability for a sandbox environment is coming through soon. And custom domains. So very soon you'll be able to customize your company's Atlassian domain. At the moment, you get, yoursite.atlassian.net, but you should be able to customize that soon.